Hello, everybody. My name is Anima, and welcome to my Let's Play Sims 3 Supernatural. I am going to start off by introducing our main Sims, starting off with Ishel. Ishel is an Aztec queen whom she is basically the matriarch of the family, and I have actually played this character or this sim for quite some time, and I have established a very long story or developed a very long, um, as you can see, a long family history. You know, they, um, they started off with five boys, and then finally they have um, one of or two of our main sims, Ishtara and Athena. But I will get more into the details as I progress the game. Now, you're probably wondering why she is or looks much younger than her deceased um, sons. She's actually immortal. She made herself immortalized because she is a witch and she used a lot of magic and sorcery to preserve herself. And um, so that's her. She is my queen, and she is my favorite character to play. And next up, we are going to look at her husband, King Pakal. And let's see. Okay, so there he is with Ishtara. If you see like the little moodlets there, so much has been going on. Mostly because I have left these Sims unattended and they're just running amok, and he got his heart broken by someone that's not even his wife. But you know what? We're just gonna let that slide because I wasn't playing God. I was supposed to in this stupid game. Anyway, so here he is, and he is actually Quetzalcoatl reincarnated, and if you know anything about Quetzalcoatl, he is also an Aztec god. So when I first started the game, he actually didn't look the way he does now. I actually changed the way he looks. Agar was about okay, so that's mm, okay, so one of our characters, his name is Agar, you see him right here, was out in the lobby trying to find a magazine that wasn't 10 months old when an attractive looking visitor started choking. Agar rushed over to save the day. The visitor is very grateful and would like to know if Agar would be interested in going out sometime. I guess I'll accept, even though, whatever. Um, so yeah, so that's him. And then here we have Ishtara, who is him and Ishel's daughter, and she is a princess, and she's a school superintendent. She is also very cunning and quite the seductress, but she has mellowed out as I've progressed the game. Now let's look for her twin sister. Her name is Athena. Oh, she's at work right now, so we'll take a look at her and her husband Agard sometime later once they're out of work. Um, and I'll introduce them a bit. So let's go back to Ishel. They're actually throwing a gift giving Christmas party at this location, but let's take a look at the actual mansion that they live in. It's gothic, it's fabulous, at least in my opinion. Although, I mean, as much as I want to renovate this, it's just like, ugh, who has the time? Play for beatniks, blah 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 blah. Sure. Um, you'll see what I'm doing in the game as I progress. So I just want to show you guys the mansion because it's gothic and scary and fabulous. Look at it. Isn't this so nice? Like I would live here. And it's haunted with um with a lot of ghosts and stuff in here. Mostly a lot of the ghosts that pop up in this property are most of their children and their grandchildren that have already passed. So let's see where the our little graveyard is. Oh, you see it right here next to our little snowman. Anyway, so what is Shell doing? Probably, you see, when I leave these stupid. Okay, so she's just disposing the trash or whatever. You know, sometimes when you leave these Sims unattended, they just do whatever they want and just basically ruin the dynamic of the game. Like, there's just been so many times where I had to fix these relationships in the Sims because my Sims just do the most and ruin every relationship they have with everybody. So what's wrong with our girl? Well, she was betrayed. You don't even know. Okay, I'm leaving my Sims unattended. Her husband, Agard, um, who is part of a prestigious wolf pack, he decides to start flirting on some gay stuff with her father, Pakal. And I was like, who told you guys like this was part of the storyline? Nobody. So let's see how they're okay, so their needs are pretty like okay. I typically just use the cheat to make them all happy. So I don't feel like worrying about it, but I don't but I keep their needs dynamic only because they tend to be more interactive and don't just stay there like a bunch of weirdos. So my party's supposed to start at 6. I really don't have any setting up to do because this is kind of like our party house. Let me show you. This is actually where everything started. I built this house and but you know she is the queen, so she needed her castle. So I was like, okay, well, yeah, we'll just keep the home because I built it. But ultimately, um, you know, they live in their castle. But I really enjoyed building this house. It's just one of like the only finished projects I've ever finished. You know, when you build your little Sims world, I'm pretty sure many people can relate to just starting building stuff and like literally just not even playing or not even finishing because it's just so time consuming. Literally, I could spend several hours playing this game, and I am not ashamed to say it. Especially now during quarantine, I decided to start playing the game, and I'm like, I have the time. Not just today, because I do work. Um, I guess, yes, essential employee. What is she about to do? Let's see what Ishelle's about to do. Look at her. Look at her. Like, oh my gosh, she's like, oh man, she's just so, like, I just think she's so gorgeous. Like, look at her. Like, you can't tell her anything. She's freaking queen. Ugh. And then her daughters are so gorgeous as well. What is she doing? Is she even working today? She needs to work on her job. Look at her. Like, when I left, when I left them to play in another household, like she was doing so good at her job. You know, her lecture, the little, you know, green smiley face was here. Now it's just a mess. And what is she doing with her dad? So they're just chatting, probably talking about how he over here was flirting with her son-in-law and blah blah blah. Like, that's kind of what you get. So I don't know. Either way, I am going to. Oh, you know what? I haven't added my cheat control. Wait, yeah, control. Yeah, okay. Testing cheats enabled. Yes, if you're a real simmer, you know exactly what I'm doing. And let's make them all happy. And since there's enough time before the party, I think I can make her give about maybe a lecture. It's possibly before the party starts. It's just a mess. Ugh, they're almost out of work, so let's check them out. So yeah, her and her husband are both doctors, and he's about to come out. There he is. So yeah, Agard Wolf. He is part of a prestigious wolf pack in town. There's a storyline with him too, and his family. Where is our queen? Oh, she is still working. So let's talk about Agard. So Agard, like as previously stated, he is part of a wolf bloodline. And let's look at his family. So he starts off, I actually started the game with his mom and dad. I created the mama. She's kind of like a mama fairy, and the dad was a wolf. They had two children. Both of these are still part of the town. And so then him and Athena had two children. And I don't know if you know this, but wolves tend to age very slowly. So, and because Athena is a witch, one of her sons was also a witch, and he's actually aged. And Eddie, who's a wolf, has not aged. And as you can see, they've all had children. You can tell by these little dots here that the the bloodline continues. So let's get out of here. Athena's so gorgeous. I can't wait till she gets out of work so you guys can see her. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, the same thing. Wow. Okay. What are the odds? A little glitch in the little Sims matrix, I guess. What is my girl doing? Is she still dancing? Make make skill game drinks. She's just gonna drink her life away while they're waiting for the party. I think I'm gonna request a mixologist to come in and kind of